Hello, Mo people, and I know you guys have not heard this voice in a couple months. Honestly, it's been a while since your boy has been since your boy has uploaded any sort of videos, and the reason for that is school. Bunch of stuff's been happening that I don't really want to go into this video because this video is already going to be sort of long. But as you guys can tell, you got the Frozen 2 up there, so that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So all of my favorite Disney YouTubers are talking about this movie, and I wanted to talk about it, but I wanted to make sure that I saw it twice just to make sure I had some good input on what I was going to say, and I freaking adored this movie. This movie was so fantastic. Now, it wasn't a perfect Disney movie. It wasn't a perfect movie. I'll say that there is some flaws that I will get into in this video, but I really did enjoy it. Everything about it was amazing, from the soundtrack to the visuals. Animation was amazing. Characters were, for the most part, good. I'll get over that. I'll go over that in a little bit. But yeah, I just love this movie. See, I'm a big fan of the first Frozen. Anna and Elsa and Kristoff, Sven, Olaf are some of my favorite characters ever. And I just love all of them. I like how there's so much mystery surrounding them and stuff like that. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So this is going to be sort of a long review. Don't really know how long it's going to be, but I'm going to just run the movie down for you guys. Quick spoiler warning. If you guys have not seen the movie, which I don't know how you guys could not have seen the movie. It's literally December 31st, and it came out November 22nd. But yeah, if you guys have not seen the movie, for those of you who have not, quick spoiler warning, go watch the movie. It's not going to be in theaters for that much longer. But yeah, you've been warned. Okay, let's get into it. So, movie opens with flashback to Anna and Elsa's childhood. Now, I'm so happy in this movie that we get to see more of the parents, because if you guys remember in the first movie, their parents were sort of, Anna and Elsa's parents were sort of shoved off to the side. Didn't really have any characters, didn't really have that much character to them. So the fans of Frozen are left to speculate about them, just like where were they going, where was the voyage that they were off to, like why did they go across the sea for 2 weeks? And yeah, I really like that we get sort of some more character development for them, more for Iduna, which is their mother, and not so much for Agnar. But yeah, I do really enjoy that they provided some development for them. And it opens up with Anna and Elsa playing in a little snow area, and there's a little hidden Baymax. If you guys don't know, there's a little hidden Baymax there while they're playing, and Anna and King Agnar comes in, and then he tells a story about Ahtohallan, basically. And Anna, of course, has this. I love that. I love that we're getting more screen time of them as children. I really did like that. I like that in the first movie. It set up a good reason for why Elsa would be isolated. Isolated. No, but yeah, it sets up a good reason why Elsa would be isolated from her sister and all that in the first movie. But anyway, we get the story of Ahtohallan, and we get to hear Anna and Elsa's mother sing the most beautiful. I love the music in this movie, by the way. The lullaby, All Is Found. Oh, so good. It's so good. And a lot of people complain that it's sort of just like telling Elsa what to do, and like sort of an exposition song. But I still love it. I like it's got like a sinister sort of vibe to it, but also being sweet and stuff for the kiddos. But yeah, after that we cut to present day, and everything in Arendelle seems to be going rather well. We get another great song. We get another fantastic song. Some Things Never Change, which some things are going to change in this movie, let me tell you. I also sort of like the foreshadowing a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but there's a lyric in the song that goes, like an old stone wall that will never fall. And later on in the movie, if you guys have seen it, you know that Anna breaks the dam. So I sort of like that foreshadowing a little bit. Don't know if that was intentional. Might have been intentional. Don't know. Frozen seeped in mystery, I guess. But yeah, I really do like the music in this is just fantastic. And I'll, so here's sort of a complaint. My boy Kristoff, my boy Kristoff, he could have such good character development if they would just let him be a character, you know? That's one of the main things I didn't like is that Kristoff had this whole plot um to like propose to Elsa, and that's sort of, I mean, not to Elsa. What? No. If anything, Elsa and Honeymere are gonna get together. But yeah, he had this one thing that he wanted to do the entire movie, and that's just marry Anna, which I guess is a good thing. I mean, we're getting some more character development. He's learning how to love and all that. But like, he could have gotten some more to do because like later on in the movie, after Kristoff sings his power ballad, "Lost in the Woods," he sort of just gets shoved off to the side and that like out of the not in the movie until someone needs him again. So that's sort of a weird thing. I wish they gave my boy Kristoff a little bit of love and didn't just send him in the dark after he sang his lovely power ballad. But the scenes where he and Anna are interacting are actually really cute. Um, but Kristoff doesn't really choose the best times to try and propose. Like Anna is worrying about her sister and all that, and and like he just needs to read the room a little bit and choose a better time to propose. But the charade scene after some things never change is fantastic, and we also get to see sort of how in some things never change we get to see how Arendelle has sort of adapted and like it's sort of a way to tell the children who were probably like me. I was 10 years old whenever the movie came out. No, I'm 16. So a lot of things have changed. So some things never change. Sort of an ironic title because a lot of things have changed in my life. But yeah, I liked that we got to see how like the citizens of Arendelle, we got to see more of them, and everything with that is just fantastic. I love that. And then the charade scene. Oh my god, the charade scene is freaking adorable. I'm sure you guys have seen clips of it on it just going "Arr!" all that. I love it so much. And then I don't think Olaf should get to rearrange. That's great. And yeah, that whole scene is just great. And then another thing that I actually really enjoy about this. I'm sorry if I sort of ramble on for a little bit. I'm really sorry about that. That's just something that I do whenever I'm talking about movies because stuff pops into my head. So I hope you guys can follow this to a certain extent. But I do sort of like the arc that they give for Anna. Just like Anna wants to make sure that her and her sister are okay, and she is always protective of her sister. And I find that really cute. Like it's strengthening that sibling dynamic that like in a situation where if it came down to like to Elsa or someone else, Elsa's gonna get chosen over everyone else. I'm not sure if it came down to Kristoff or Elsa. I don't know which one Anna would choose if that were the case, but I do like how they sort of set up Anna's character and that um, she's just overprotective sibling, you know, um, and Elsa's character in this movie, whew, freaking fantastic. I loved that we got to see where her powers came from. We got to see how her we got to see like some new character development come up from her, and we got to see her in a new way. She went into the unknown and she found herself, and it was so good. It was so good. I loved Elsa in this movie. It was freaking fantastic. But yeah, getting back on track. The whole I like the another thing that I like is the that little thing. I like how that comes back in a bunch of songs. Like it's there in Into the Unknown. It's there in and it's there in Show Yourself. I like that it's a running thing throughout the movie, and it's not just something that's introduced and then not brought back up again. Which a lot of movies do that. Like they introduce this big thing, and then they just don't use it again for the rest of the movie until it's needed. Kind of like Kristoff. But yeah, I do like the thing. And whenever Elsa goes too far, and she figures out that like goes to Holland, and she figures out that it was her mother. It was her mother calling to her. Dude, I cried in the theater like for 7 years. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly did, and it was just such a beautiful moment to be in the theater to experience that, and just to see Elsa finally accept herself. It was fantastic, and I'm getting sort of more into the story here. As we go along, Elsa starts to follow the voice, and we get Into the Unknown. Fantastic song. If you guys have not listened to that, which how can you not? I would really recommend you guys go listen to Into the Unknown. Pause this video right now and go listen to it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you guys remember, in the movie, she's singing out like it's what, like 2, 3 a.m. clock in the morning, and like she's just saying ah, like she's just singing at the top of her lungs. I'm pretty sure some of the Arendelle people are just like, shut the fuck up. Like seriously, like they're just like, yeah, I get that you want to go into the unknown, but we're trying to fucking sleep. I just love that sort of concept. There's been multiple videos posted just like Into the Unknown without music, and whenever she goes out onto the balcony, people are just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I did love that. I did love Into the Unknown. That whole sequence was fantastic. Now, whenever Elsa decides to follow that voice, whenever the people of Arendelle have to be evacuated because all the spirits are coming up, and Anna is asking Elsa, you know what happened? I sort of like, I like the comedy of like, Elsa says, I woke the spirits of the enchanted forest, and then Anna's just like, okay, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. And that's a good funny bit, but I like that. I don't really like that Anna's just like so accepting of that. Just like, you did what? I mean, I guess it makes sense that she would be, because like she's seen a shit ton of stuff. Like she's seen rock trolls, she's seen her sister with ice magic. I'm pretty sure she's like used. Oh, you woke spirits. Okay, that's fine. But I sort of wish Anna sort of reacted in a different way. But yeah. As the story goes on, though, Anna sort of starts to be, I don't know, a little bit of a nag. I don't want to talk bad about Anna. Like, she's a great character and I love her so much. But she sort of grows to be a nag a little bit, like saying like whenever Kristoff is up in the in Gale's sort of big twister sort of thing, and like Elsa's the only one left in there, and Gale spits him out, just like Kristoff's worried about Anna, and then Anna's just like, that's my sister, and I'm just over here like, yeah, Kristoff knows that. What do you think, that this is just some random bitch you just met? No. But still, I can see why, like, she's still overprotective. She doesn't want to lose her sister like she did before, and like I can sort of see that, but she doesn't need to be that much of a nag, because like she doesn't need to just exclaim, "That's my sister," you know. That like everyone knows, you know. And I'm pretty sure Elsa can fend for herself, but like still, Anna still wants to be by her sister's side, which I think is very sweet. But getting into the Northuldra people and the Arendelle soldiers. Now, these characters needed more development, to be honest. I mean, I guess introducing new characters, you introduced a lot. There's Yolana, I think that's the old woman's name. There's Honeymaren, and then there's Ryder. Those are the three Northuldra people that we meet. And then we meet Lieutenant Matthias, which is, I don't know how to pronounce it. Matthias. I usually pronounce it Matthias, but he is. I love Lieutenant Matthias. He's fantastic. I do wish we got more character development with him, but you introduce all these characters, and you still want to tell a cohesive story. You can't really spend a lot of time on the side characters that much. That can be used for, I don't know, spin-off series or prequels. But yeah, I do sort of feel like I do love the Northuldra and the Arendelle soldiers. They are fantastic. I mean, Matthias is fantastic. Matthias. I might switch his name up here and there. Matthias just sounds better to me personally. But yeah, a great scene in the movie is whenever Olaf is like explaining the plot of Frozen 1, and like Matthias is following it like part for part, like like whenever like the twist is just like, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm the bad guy. Whenever Olaf says that, he's just like, what? And then he's just following this beat by beat. And then whenever Anna gets frozen, he's just like, oh, Anna. I love it so much. That part, that part had me laughing out loud. Like, there's a lot of, this movie is very funny. And I've heard a lot of people complain about how Olaf acts in this movie. Like, some people find him like very funny, and some people find him a little bit annoying with how like funny he is and with how annoying all of his jokes are. And like I can sort of see that, but like in the movie he's sort of like maturing, he's learning to use more vocabulary, and so obviously he's going to be talking a lot more, he's going to be like stating out the obvious a lot more, joking around. And his song When I Am Older is just like a fantastic song. um Even though in the I'm going to say Olaf's song in this movie is better than the last movie, because like in my opinion, the I think this movie's soundtrack has songs that I don't that all the songs I love, all the songs I don't skip. But in the original Frozen soundtrack, don't get mad at me, but I skipped the summer song, and I don't really usually listen to Fixer Upper all the way through. I mean, not a lot of people like Fixer Upper because like it's a out of place song, and like Anna's heart is freezing. So why would you want to go off and sing a big love song whenever Anna's heart is legit fucking freezing? But yeah, all the songs in this movie are fantastic so much. It's so good. And even the outtake songs, like if you guys go onto the soundtrack song, Make It This Right is a really good song. Unmeltable Me. I can't remember some of the names of the other ones, but excuse me. I can't remember some of the names of the other ones, but like the soundtrack for this movie is just it's fantastic. And I did like how Elsa sort of bonds with Honeymarin, and they get to like learn about like each other and how Elsa came to find the mist and all this. And we get introduced to all the spirits and stuff. I do like that Gale is a gust of wind, and that Bruni is the fire spirit is a little fire salamander that Elsa can just like tame and get him to calm down and stuff. And then the rock giants, dude. The rock giants are freaking dope. Like, I think they're fantastically animated. Everything about them is cool. And then the water knock, my favorite one. The water knock is honestly my favorite of all of the spirits. And yeah, I think the whole spirit thing is cool. Like Elsa being the last ice bender. Basically Elsa being the last ice bender, basically. It's just like connecting all, being able to not really use all of the elements like Aang from The Last Airbender can do, but like being able to like sort of control, not really control them, but just like use them to her advantage. Like she rides the water knock, she knows how to, if you remember at the end of the movie, the earth giants lift her up over a big cliff, and she can cool down Bruni and stuff like that, and she can make Gale send letters to Anna. I think that's pretty cool how Elsa is able to sort of do that with all of the the spirits, and that sort of ties in how she's the missing fifth spirit that's supposed to link them, and it's pretty much the last Airbender, the last Icebender, you know. But yeah, getting to towards more of the climax of the thing. I liked how we were able to see Anna and Elsa's parents' ship, and they were able to see what happened to them. Elsa's new form of ice magic. I mean, I guess her powers are evolving, so she has the ability to do this. But like, whenever she raised the water from the ship and then created the ice sculpture of her parents, that part didn't really make sense to me. I mean, it comes back whenever Elsa sends out the statue of the grandfather about to strike the North Ulster leader, but it doesn't really make sense how she's all of a sudden able to do this. I mean, I guess it's just because her powers are always just like, they're always evolving. I mean, this is sort of like superheroes. Whenever you discover you have a power, you want to know what all you can do with it. So like, you discover new things about it, stuff like that. So I can sort of see why that is, but it still doesn't really make sense to me. Another part, I get that like whenever Anna and Elsa are like hugging, and then Elsa sends them away. Elsa sends Olaf and Anna away. And they go down the waterfall and past the rock giants and everything. Whenever Olaf says that like he feels angry, that's sort of a thing that's brought up and then not really ever said again. Like just like I feel kind of mad, and then like he doesn't really seem that mad. I wish they sort of like I get he's experiencing new emotions and all that, but like I wish they sort of like showed us more that he was angry and like showed more emotions than that. Like I wish Olaf was just like more, I don't know, like he's learning new things. I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess I wish Olaf being angry was like more like, damn it, I can't find the words. I wish that Olaf being angry like lasted longer, because it sort of like seems that it was brought up and then it's never brought up again. Sort of like I keep going back to Kristoff. Um and yeah, but overall Olaf's pretty good in this movie as well. He is not too annoying. All of his jokes are freaking fantastic, and yeah. But getting to sort of the climax, the part that hit me the most in this story is whenever during well, two parts actually made me tear up. The first time I saw it, um Show Yourself made me cry, because like the duet with her dead mother is just like, it's beautiful. And then the second time I saw the movie, Anna's song, I still cried at Show Yourself, but the Anna's song, The Next Right Things, struck a chord with me so hard, and I'll go into that. But yeah, Show Yourself is just a fantastic. I'm gonna go over Show Yourself first. Show Yourself is just a fantastic seeing Elsa being able to figure out who she really is, and she gets to see her mother one last time, and the song All Is Found sort of foreshadowed what was going to happen to Elsa. She went too far, trying to learn about what really happened, and she drowned, which is sort of weird to me, that like she's trying to learn what happened and the answers are all found in the river, but to find all the answers she had to go deeper, and she drowned because of it. I mean, I guess learning information, it might be sort of like you have to sacrifice something to learn something. I don't know. But I guess the cold does bother Elsa anyway, because she freaking freezes up, and that part is extremely sad. Whenever she, just before she dies, she just freezes up and says, "Anna," and then just sends out an ice blast to tell Anna what happened and stuff like that. That part was just like fantastic, but still, it doesn't really make sense that like to learn the answers to what she wants to know, she has to die because of it. I don't know. I mean, there wouldn't really be a conflict because of it, but still, it's kind of weird that she has to pass away in order to learn new stuff. I mean, what is she gonna do with this newfound information as soon as she passes away? Like, you can't fucking bring her back to life. I mean, she does get brought back to life, thank God. But yeah. And then Anna's song, oh my God. So little stop in the review here. My I had a girlfriend, we started dating in August, and we were dating for this longest time, and then like she decided to do something that I'm not particularly proud of, and I had to end the relationship because of it. She was talking to another dude, I'm just gonna say. And whenever like a lot of the lines in The Next Right Thing sort of hit a chord with me, just like I legitimately was heartbroken. And like there's a line that says, "The only star that guided me was you." And yeah, that sort of just really struck a chord with me whenever I watched it a second time. And it's so powerful. It's such a powerful song. Kristen Bell did a fantastic job. Everyone did a fantastic job on all their songs, but yeah. And then I did sort of like how good, like whenever Olaf was going away, like whenever Olaf got Thanos snapped, he said, "I figured out something that is permanent. love. And then for a second I think everyone could think that like I thought that he was gonna say death. First time I watched it, I thought that he was gonna say, I know something that is permanent, death. And then he's just gonna fade away. Like, damn. Like, jeez. It was fantastic. I loved that. Well, that whole scene was sad. But I did like that my boy Olaf did not die. Um, but if you think about it, dude, whenever Anna lost both Anna and Elsa, Anna was legitimately alone. She didn't have anyone else. Both of her parents died at sea, and then Kristoff left her behind to. Well, Kristoff was leaving her behind to do stuff for her, but still, Kristoff left her behind, and Elsa and Olaf died. So she was literally by herself. And the song is sort of a good Anna's song is sort of a good thing for like everyone who is like depressed right now or something to just like just do if you can't do anything else, just do the next right thing. Like even if something so little as like getting up off the floor if you're crying, or waking up, or getting out of bed, putting on your shoes, putting on your clothes, taking a shower, little things like that to just like keep yourself going. Because like if you just sit there and do nothing and wallow in your own grief, you're going to it's not going to be good for you. So doing the next right thing, doing the next thing you think is going to be good for yourself, like I said, getting out of bed, or reading a book, or still like doing stuff that you enjoy. Just do the next right thing. Do the next thing that makes you happy. I think that's something that that's really good for everyone who is suffering from depression or has lost somebody. Just do the next right thing, and everything will be okay. You'll get over it. Yeah, I mean, you'll learn to come to terms with what's happened eventually. And I do really like that. And the climax of the movie, moving on from that, the climax of the movie was sort of anticlimactic, to be honest with you. It was sort of anticlimactic. Sorry, guys. It was sort of anticlimactic, to be honest with you. It just like I don't know. Like Kristoff shows up at the right moment to save Anna, and Anna just decides to like they need to break the dam, which sort of just like Anna's just saying that like forget my kingdom, we need to break this dam. Because like if the dam breaks, then it's gonna flood over all of Arendelle, and I'm sure she knows that. But like the Arendelle people are already evacuated, and they can rebuild. Like they still had villages up on the hills and stuff. But yeah, the whole ending sort of came out of left field. I guess they had to wrap it up quick because it was starting to get a little bit longer than they wanted it to be. But I did like how Matthias was like gonna be the villain. Like he was. It looked like he was gonna be the villain, and he was gonna like get in the way of Anna like Anna from breaking the dam. And but he didn't, and he helped with the shield bashing scene, and that was just fantastic. Whenever they're just hitting their swords together, hitting the swords with their shields to get the giant's attention, that's pretty cool. And I don't really understand why Anna had to run onto the dam, because she could legit fucking die. um, but yeah, I didn't really understand that whole part. Why Anna had to run onto the dam. I mean, I guess to get like be a target for the Giants to throw, but still, she didn't have to risk her life that hard. But thank God Matthias and Kristoff saved her. And this whole movie was just like it was an experience. Like there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff. And one of the things that I forgot to mention is whenever Elsa's in Holland and she sees all the stuff from the previous movie, that whenever she sees herself singing "Let It Go," she sort of just like groans and sort of like shakes her head, and then she sees Hans meeting Anna, and then she just disintegrates him. I love that part so much. But yeah, it was nice her seeing all her past like seeing all the stuff that happened in the previous movie and all that. And I love the Hans abuse. There's so much Hans abuse in Disney right now. And I love Hans. Hans is a great character. But yeah, this whole movie was just fantastic, and the climax was very good too. whenever Anna still thinks that that everyone's gone, and like she goes back to Arendelle, and she she sees she sees Elsa riding across the fjord, and then she just like starts ugly crying, like an actual human would, because like whenever like an actual person cries, they're snotty, they're gross, they're all that. She's like everything is okay now. And like whenever they saw each other again, I cried 3 times. I'm tearing up right now because like it's such a good rekindling moment with them too. And whenever Olaf comes back, whenever Elsa says, "Hey Anna, I have a question," and then I was just like, "Yeah," and then Elsa just like, "Do you want to build a snowman?" And I'm just like, "Yes!" In the theater, I literally went, "I love it." And then like Olaf comes back, and then my boy Kristoff, he proposes, and then Anna's proclaimed Queen of Arendelle, and uh, I loved this movie. This movie was fantastic. I mean, it does have it does have flaws, that I'm sure I forgot to mention. But overall, if you guys have not seen this movie yet, really recommend it. Um, if you're a big fan of Frozen, if you're a big fan of Disney adventure movies, stuff like that, I feel like you'll really enjoy this. Now there are there are split opinions on this movie. I just happen to be one that likes it. But you guys might have hated it. You guys might have thought it was just okay, but I really liked it. Feel free to leave your comments about what you thought of it in the comment section below. But it feels good to come back with a review of something. I haven't reviewed anything in a really long time, and I figured that I would review Frozen 2. And I'm sorry that I went off on some tangents and that this review was sort of hard to follow, but yeah, those were my thoughts on Frozen 2. I really recommend it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of comeback video after not being here for a while. But yeah, with all that said, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I am Racer, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.